This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. Today's news is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It is Thursday, October 6th.
Well, there has been a response from Lieutenant Adam Tibbetts and Sergeant Corey Fowles from the Nye County Sheriff's Office. They issued a press release through their attorney concerning the Nye County Sheriff's Office investigation and subsequent one-day suspension of the pair for what the Sheriff's Office was calling criminal actions involving computers. The attorney, Brett Huntley, said that the officers originally planned a press conference before the Nye County DA declined to prosecute the case and shed light on the actual allegations, stating that they were stemming from a political Facebook page that the two and Captain David Berukowitz operated together. He adds that the vague press release issued by the Nye County Sheriff's Office left citizens with the idea that the officers used county computers and resources, and wants to make clear that these allegations had nothing to do with the county law enforcement material, resources, or databases. For several years, Lieutenant Adam Tibbetts and Captain David Berukowitz had jointly operated several Facebook pages relating to Nye County. Lieutenant Tibbetts removed Captain David Berukowitz from one of those pages, and Captain Berukowitz removed Lieutenant Tibbetts from approximately 4 other pages. This was within their rights and authorization as administrators of those pages. Nevertheless, Captain David Berukowitz filed a complaint against his clients, that would be Corey Fowles and Adam Tibbetts, and the Sheriff's Office ordered administrative and criminal actions. During those investigations, the administrative investigator, the criminal investigator, and the sheriff, Sharon Worley, were shown the Facebook terms of service that clearly, he says, authorized the actions of his clients. This authorization clearly defeats necessary elements and cited statutes, making it impossible to develop probable cause against his clients, according to their attorney. It was also pointed out that the complainant had done the same actions that he was accused of for Tibbetts and Fowles. The fact that Captain David Berukowitz was not investigated for the same actions Huntley says his clients were accused of should tell you the nature of this investigation is purely political and has no basis in actual law enforcement purposes. There, he says, is no transparency here, only corruption. If you would like to talk to either of these officers, being Lieutenant Adam Tibbetts or Sergeant Corey Fowles, they'll be on the corner of Highway 160 and Highway 372 on October 10th from 4 to 6 p.m. If you would like to see the entire press release by these two through their attorney, you can go to KPVM's Facebook page.
And we have an alarming mass stabbing that happened on the Las Vegas Strip to tell you about. It happened around 11:30 this morning as 8 people were stabbed. One person died immediately on the scene, and another died after being transported to a local hospital. 6 people are now injured, 3 remain hospitalized in critical condition, and 2 of those stabbed are said to be women who dress as showgirls on the Strip to charge for pictures. Metro does have a suspect in custody for that stabbing. That name of the suspect has not yet been released, and we will continue to follow this alarming story for you on subsequent newscasts.
And News 25 spoke to Lieutenant Harry Williams to get an update on what is happening in the fentanyl crisis. We brought you some of the story on yesterday's newscast.
Well, on September 7, 2022, Nevada Highway Patrol busted a vehicle, or stopped a vehicle that contained at least 57 pounds of fentanyl inside the vehicle. Fentanyl is a drug that was originally made to take down large animals, but now we use it for medical purposes, and the doctors and stuff like that use it for medical purposes. However, we are getting fentanyl all throughout the nation and into Nye County that we're illegally getting it, and people are dying from taking it. Just in 2022, it's been 109,000 people. You're finding fentanyl that that's being put in other kinds of narcotics as well, such as heroin, methamphetamine, illegal or oxycodone pills. So people are taking fentanyl not knowing that they're actually taking fentanyl. A lot of the fentanyl coming into the U.S., they're putting it in like illegal narcotics. You might not know that you're taking fentanyl, and people are getting addicted to taking the fentanyl not knowing that they're actually taking it. I just noticed coming down from China into Mexico, and then from Mexico they're doing what they're doing with it and then bring it into the United States. They're actually making and producing counterfeit pills. They're actually stamping the pills so it looks like you're taking oxycodone or some other pill in a pill form, and it's actually laced with fentanyl. And if you're not used to taking fentanyl or something like that, you can easily overdose.
Why would a person want to take fentanyl?
For medical purposes, I know for extreme pain, but for addicts, it might be a deeper high or a higher high that they feel from it. It takes a small amount to overdose on fentanyl. Even if you take other forms of illegal narcotics such as heroin or other oxycodone, your body's still not used to the effects of fentanyl. And when you ingest that pill that has fentanyl in it, if your body's not used to it, you'll overdose from it. Even a person that takes fentanyl on a regular basis, they have to kind of be aware of the amount that they're taking, because they can still overdose from it. Even an addict has a certain amount like they take, like say for instance heroin, they know how much they can take with heroin. With fentanyl, probably the same way, but if they're not getting the right amount, or they get a batch that maybe has more fentanyl than the last batch they got, they can overdose from taking the same amount, but it has more substance in it. People have been saved by taking naloxone. We've had a few that have overdosed on fentanyl, and they've been saved by taking naloxone. If you're purchasing illegal narcotics on the street, such as oxycodone or anything like that, even heroin or methamphetamine, just be aware that it could be laced with fentanyl. So if you take oxycodone, you might want to think about buying it from someone you don't know. I mean, the only safe way is to get it from a doctor.
Yeah.
I mean, if you need help, you can contact me at the sheriff's office. I can direct you in the right areas, places to contact, people to contact if you need help. If you do use, you might want to think about having naloxone with you, just in case you do overdose. It's really easy to use. Just make sure that a family member or somebody that you live in the household knows how to prescribe it to you, or somebody else.
And some wonderful breaking news to tell you about. Jasmine Tucker has been found. We told you that she was missing in a previous newscast, and thankfully she was found safe later that evening. And so that search has now been called off. We'll bring you more news after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Lisa Spahitz and Mike Plasmeyer at Country Financial Insurance. Auto, home, life, and commercial. 775-727-8920.
Welcome back. Well, the discovery of 2 stolen vehicles at a Pahrump home ends with one woman behind bars and facing several felony charges.
Sanel Lopez has been booked into the Nye County Detention Center on 1 count of buying, possessing, or receiving stolen property, 2 counts of possessing, receiving, or transferring a stolen vehicle, 2 counts of attempting to remove or alter a motor vehicle VIN or part ID, 1 count of owning or operating a vehicle chop shop, 1 count of conspiring to buy, possess, or receive stolen property, and 1 count of possession of a Schedule 1-2 controlled substance. Lopez's arrest stems from a search warrant that was served at her home on September 28th. During that search, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and detectives say they discovered 2 stolen vehicles in the garage, a dirt bike and ATV. Officers say they also found 2 bike frames, one which had its VIN grinded off and the other with a poorly altered VIN, and they discovered several other items inside the main bedroom that had been reported stolen on September 15th, including several pieces of jewelry, oil paintings, purses, and a designer wristwatch. The victim later identified those to be hers. In the police report, officers officers say they also located a key and keychain belonging to the victim's stolen vehicle, but authorities did not find that vehicle at Lopez's home. In the police report, officers say Lopez refused to speak with detectives about the items listed on the search warrant that they were looking for and denied knowing anything.
And a call to the Jumping Jack Inn in Round Mountain for a woman violating the temporary protection order her mother had against her lands her in the Nye County Detention Center. David Preston explains.
On the morning of September 23rd, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to the Jumping Jack Inn in Round Mountain, Nevada. Officers met with a woman who stated that her daughter, Harlia Smith, is there at the inn and is violating her temporary protection order by being there. The woman stated that Harlia is located at the back of the inn inside the living area located on the property. Deputies made contact with Harlia, who was identified through name and date of birth, who said she wanted no trouble and that she was at the Jumping Jack Inn to be a maid and to fix a board wall. Deputies advised Harlia she was in violation of her mother's temporary protection order and is not allowed on the property or to be within 100 yards. The temporary protection order is in effect until October 15th of this year. Harlia Smith was placed under arrest for violating the protection order and was transported to the Nye County Detention Center.
Well, is your computer performing like it should? Josh Osborne gives us some tips on maybe there's something wrong with your hard drive.
Hey guys, Josh Osborne here with Prompt's own Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial. Today's topic, the most common issues we see at our computer repair center and how to avoid them, part 2. You'd think the biggest technology issue facing our customers this day and age would be their lack of computer knowledge. That's actually not the case at all. You'd be surprised to find that 50% of the problems that we help people solve are completely avoidable regardless of a customer's computer literacy. The issue we're talking about today, bad or failing hard drives. A large percentage of customers that are coming into our store coming in with really slow computers. Sometimes this is due to the amount of junk software that they've allowed to be installed on the machine. But more often, it's due to the fact they're still using a spinning mechanical hard drive. Meaning, the hard drive in their computer, this is the part that contains all of their data. Windows operating system files, personal information like pictures, documents, music, videos. That part has a moving and spinning platter. This platter looks like a little tiny record player with an arm that moves and reads the data. The problem is that this record player spins at 7,200 RPMs. That's over 7,000 rotations a minute, which is a ton of wear and tear over time. After years of this friction, vibration, and movement, the drive starts to wear out and you risk losing your data when the part finally crashes. Remember, always back up your data. So, how do we avoid this major issue? Well, thankfully, there is a newer style of hard drive that has come out over the last 5 to 7 years that has no moving parts at all. This kind of drive is called a solid state hard drive. When purchasing a new computer, we highly recommend going this route as the drive will last longer and be considerably faster for a modest price increase. If you already have a computer running an older spin drive, you can bring it in to our repair center and have it upgraded to a solid state hard drive for much less than you think. Trust us, the boost in performance will be worth every single penny. I'd even argue it's the best upgrade possible if speed is your goal. Still need help? Come down to our store. We're located at 1190 East Highway 372, across the street from Pizza Hut, and in the same plaza as Game Corner, Arcade, and Fun Center. Or just give us a call, 775-990-8833. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 to 3. Anyway, that's it for today's lesson. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks so much, Josh. And now as we head into our break, here is your Medical Minute.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you've always imagined it.
Hi, I'm Marquita Arajo with Spring Mountain Medical, your hometown health and wellness provider. Today I'm going to talk about getting an annual checkup. In our busy lives, we often ignore signs that our body gives us about our overall health. Most of the time, these are small things that our bodies overcome with proper diet and exercise. Sometimes our bodies are signaling a call for help. Either way, getting an annual checkup is a way of maintaining your health and ensuring that you're on top of issues that may limit your lifestyle or make you susceptible to further disease. If you've been putting off an annual exam, today is the day. Come see me or one of our providers and we'll make the experience pleasant, personal, and professional. You owe it to yourself. I'm Marquita Arajo, and this has been your Medical Minute brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
Oh, well, the Nye County Sheriff's Office and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were dispatched to a two-vehicle crash this afternoon there on Highway, right off of Highway 372 and Blagg Road. This is off of Comstock Street. There was one person that was transported to Desert View Hospital complaining of neck injuries. We want to thank Eddie O'Brien for these photos that you are seeing on scene. Traffic was just diverted around this crash. It was just off the roadway. Minor injuries to both of the vehicles and, of course, minor and non-life-threatening injuries. Thank you so much to Eddie for those photos.
And now we're telling you about today's Save a Pet. Dakota at Never Forgotten Animal Society is so adorable, so smart, and could be yours.
Today's Save a Pet segment is made possible by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
Hi, this is Pat with Never Forgotten Animal Society in Pahrump. I'd like to introduce you to Dakota. Dakota is about a 2-year-old Siberian Husky that came into us from running at large in the desert. She has been fixed. She's had her rabies shot. She's had all of her vaccinations, and she is now ready to go home to people that have had Huskies in the past, because Huskies require special handling. They're born and bred to run. They really like to try and escape as much as possible. So you have to have a really secure yard. You have to be able to know what the breed is like to be able to counteract some of these instincts. But once you have her, she is going to make you a marvelous pet. She is such a sweet, loving little girl, and she just wants a home and a yard that she can call her own, and some people that she can just express all of this love and attention to. So this is Dakota, and she's available here at Never Forgotten Animal Society. Her adoption fee is $250, which includes her spay, all of her vaccinations, microchip, and rabies certificate, and she is ready to go home now. So if you're interested, please stop by. We're open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day except Sunday. So no appointment necessary, just come on in. We'd love to see you. Our phone number is area code 775-764-9070, or the shop phone is 775-537-8674. Please give us a call or stop on by. You're welcome anytime. All of our animals need to be loved and cuddled and held and just loved on. So you're welcome to come by and see us anytime. Thank you.
I love that doggy. Well, you know what? It's almost homecoming, and there's a couple changes happening. Rory's standing by to tell us all about that.
Hey Trojans, it's Rory Rosso with your weekly student news report, and this week we have a few things that are brand new. You might have heard this from the word of mouth, but homecoming is right around the corner. To be exact, it is October 15th from 7 to 11 p.m. No one will be able to enter the last hour of the dance. Now PVH students, if you would wish to bring a guest outside of our school, you must have a completed guest form signed by their administrator and submitted before the office closes on the day of the event. No middle schoolers and no one over 21 or 21 are allowed. This is the last week for students to submit a homecoming court ballot form. For more information on the homecoming court, you can go see our Instagram page at PVHS Stuco, or you can go see Mr. Williams in room 217. Tickets will be sold next week at both lunches for $10 each. If you wish to purchase a ticket, you must have your student ID to buy the ticket, and you must have your student ID to enter the homecoming. Reminder that homecoming is semi-formal, so you are not allowed to wear casual wear. No hoodies, t-shirts, ripped jeans, hats, or other casual clothing. Now on to Spirit Week. For next week's Spirit Week, it will start on Tuesday since we do not have school on Monday. Tuesday is Pajama Day, Wednesday is Band T-shirt Day, Thursday is Dress Up as Your Favorite Artist, and Friday is Extreme Maroon and Gold. Homecoming Court will have to participate in all Spirit Days. Last but not least, don't forget about our homecoming football game next Friday. It's going to be great. That is it this week, Trojans. I am Roy Rosso with your weekly student news report. Have a great night.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, you know what I was super excited about? I saw some of these temperatures coming up this weekend. Yeah. Made me super happy.
Oh, yes. Blue skies and lower temperatures. It's feeling a lot like fall. Cloudy weather, and we'll have our forecast in more detail.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios on a Thursday, feeling pretty perky. Loving the fall weather. Look at this, Fernley and Fallon tied at 83 up north. Carson City hit 84. Oh, you almost made it. Weather triplets. But Tonopah, there you go, the cool spot in the state, 78 degrees today. Chasing closely Goldfield at 79. 90 degrees out in Beatty, 94 in Amargosa. The hot spot, you retain the honors. Once again, Las Vegas hit 90. That seems downright pleasant. And out in Death Valley, 105 degrees. Yes, sir and ma'am, here in the Paradise Pahrump. Let's take a look. 90 degrees. Nothing felt finer. 91 just a little bit earlier. That felt pretty fine, too. Northwesterly winds to 5 miles per hour. Not a big factor this afternoon. Sun rose this morning at 6:43. Setting this evening at 6:20. We'll look for a gorgeous star watching tonight and a low tonight of about 60 degrees. Winds just whispering to us at 6 miles per hour out of the east-northeast and setting us up for a beautiful Friday with sunshine and maybe 1-2 more days of 90-degree temperatures. And then I think we're done for the rest of the year, folks. I don't know. It's getting kind of fall-like weather. Look at this. Temperatures dipping down into the low 80s by the end of the week. Looks like we get some cloud cover coming out of Saturday and Sunday, but no real rain events other than maybe possibly Monday and Wednesday. They give us a 15% chance of rain, so I think it's just a little bit of sprinkly dinkly action. It feels pretty good on fall, wash down some of the dust, but it's going to be a nice weekend, so do enjoy it. Make your plans, and back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Thanks, John. And I meant to tell you the other day, love the goatee.
Yeah, thank you. You like it? I've been growing it out for a while.
Mine too.
So we are having a Halloween event in the Calvada Eye. We are asking for participants, and this one right here is with AA Salon and Master at Arms. They are looking for local businesses to join them in the Wheeler Springs Plaza. That's going to be on Sunday, October 30th from 5 to 8 p.m. Join us and come dressed in your best costume. Spooktacular Halloween trunk or treat event. Ours is going to be on October 31st on Halloween, and that is going to be happening in the Calvada Eye from 5 to 8 p.m. And of course, you know where the Calvada Eye is. It's called the Spook Eye Halloween event. We are looking for businesses, organizations, candidates, church groups, neighbors, and just families and individuals to come join us over there. She's my hype girl over here. But you can call Barbara Thompson for more information to get involved in that. 775-764-0681. We are doing that. We're going to have the sheriff's office and both candidates there. Yes. And we are, of course, having a First Choice Pregnancy Center is going to join us. We have Kiwanis Rotary. Everybody is going to be down there and having the best Halloween. It's going to be trunk or treat and booth. And everybody from KPVM, we're all going to be down there.
That's right.
Halloween
Come
night.
on out. Have some fun. Dress up. Get some candy.
There you go.
All right.
And so give Barbara a call to reserve your space. 775-764-0681. They're going to be so much fun. All right. That's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. And from all of us here at KPVM and A's Country Radio.
Good night.
Thanks for joining us. Good night.